Hi beautiful soul. So today I wanted to make a video on how to clear out your space, how to clear out your home, how to clear out your energy. If you're coming home after work and you're feeling a little bit heavy, we can use different ways to clear out our own spaces, our own homes, so that they have a lighter energy and a more powerful and harnessing and grounding energy for us to be in. I cleanse my home on a daily basis. I cleanse my home after I see clients because they're doing a lot of releasing and letting go and connecting and discovering. So it's about clearing what has been released or closing down any portals that have been opened up to connect with spirit. Because otherwise it can be a little bit too overwhelming when we've always got these portals open. We sometimes need that time to just sit in silence. So it's a beautiful practice for us to do. And whenever clients come and visit me in my home for a one-to-one session, they often mention that they can feel it when they come into the space. And that's because I work for it to be cleared. Not only for them, but for myself. So today I want to go over the different ways that we can clear our space, our temple, our home, to make it a more sacred and grounding space for ourselves, which is so important nowadays, especially in big cities. I mean, it's important anywhere, but in big cities, if you live in a big city, you'll know that there's a lot of fast moving energy. Or if you come home after work, you can feel a little bit too hectic, like you can't calm down. And that's because you've brought that energy with you into your space. And you want to keep that separate for yourself to be able to have your own temple where you can really connect to yourself. So I'm going to go through the different types of clearing that we have. One of my favorites is burning incense. There's the usual type of incense, this incense sticks. Now, incense sticks, which ones to go for and which ones to select, and to know which ones are good quality. There are cheap incense sticks which have a lot of chemicals within the incense, and that when you burn them, the chemicals are being released into your own space, which you don't want, which we want to try and avoid, because you're then breathing those in, and it doesn't really help to purify your space either. So those ones, normally it's very, very good when you're choosing an incense to slightly, if you can, open the box or just put the lid up a little bit and smell it, and you will be able to smell. It's almost like like chemicals, like soap, or what's the word, washing products, you know. And also those type of incense sticks usually are black, so the stick does not look like this, like a natural coloured stick. It looks black, and that's because it's been mixed in with other things, and it looks quite, and it's quite hard and quite dense. And some of them you can also see when you're burning them that the smoke is actually black. Yeah. So that's how to identify ones that are not really pure and are not made out of the resin, or these are more of the powder. Those ones are mixed with chemicals, and they'll normally cost less, of course. The ones that are more natural they look almost like, you can't really see here. Anyway, you get the idea. They look almost like a powder, and you can also smell that they smell really natural. And when you burn them, the smoke that they burn is clear, like this one. Can you see? The smoke is white, so it means that it's pure. And yeah, always good to have a look and smell them. And if you can actually go into shops where you select them, you can feel them and smell them, and ask also what's inside. A really good pure incense stick is sandalwood. That's quite a powerful energy clearing incense stick to choose, but you can use frankincense, which I love as well, nagchampa, anything that you feel drawn to. There's no right or wrong, it's whatever you feel drawn to. And because it's a pure resin, then it's going to be clearing your space in a purifying way. So that's a little bit about the incense and the different types. I don't think, okay. Then we also have another type of incense that you can burn, which I have discovered in the last 6 months, and I absolutely love it. So it's actually little like little potions, little mixes made out of herbs and resin. And my personal favourite is the brand that is made in Glastonbury, which is called Star Child. You can buy these online, and you can buy them in different stores as well. I know that there are a few here in London as well. So, but I bought mine from there, and this is the brand. Anyway, it's called Star Child. So with these, so can you see it has like a mix of the resin, which is the yellow bits, and lavender and petals and different things. So these actually don't tell you the ingredients, they don't tell you what herbs they use and what they put in. So it's a beautiful experience. If you do get the opportunity to go to Glastonbury, you can go into the store. They have a massive selection of these. They have the seasons, they have the star signs, they have the planets, they have all the deities, so many different things. Anyway, and so it encourages you to open them up and smell them. And it's about you connecting to your senses and to what you trust and to what feels right for you. So it's actually a beautiful experience with any incense, anything that you're going to burn in your home. The journey starts from even when you're purchasing them, when you're connecting with this, with the smells, when you're connecting with what is going to burn in your space. So yeah, I love Mercury, and I also have Saturn, which is a darker one, and I don't know because I don't put the ingredients, but I think it has charcoal in it because it's black. This one is very, very grounding, and you can mix and match them as well. So I also have Venus, which has rose petals in it. So you can select, and you don't have to buy Star Child either, you can just buy whatever you want. And the way that they work is you need to get yourself a little burner. That is a safe way to burn. So you put a charcoal disc in the middle and you burn it so that it becomes hot, and you just place the herbs, the herbs and the resin on top, and then it burns. And this is a beautiful way to clear as well. So with incense, there's so many different origins of where it comes from, but the one that I connect to the most is the Native American tradition, where we used to burn incense, we used to burn herbs to smoke out any unwanted energies, and also to heal whenever someone was feeling unwell, they had a dis-ease in the body. We would use smoke to help release any of those energies. So actually it was bundles of herbs that were either thrown onto the fire or just held and burnt and moved around the auric field of whoever it was that was unwell, to help release. And it's also used as a ritual around the fire to connect and clear the energy. So for me in particular, that's the one that I connect with the most. And what happens is that the smoke, when we're clearing our space through herbs and incense, you can also use sage, I forgot. I mean, you can use so many different types of these herb bundles, sage or pine, which I also use, but it doesn't burn as easily. There's so many, some of them include lavender in these little, so you can choose whichever one you want. Sage is very, very smoky, and it can keep burning, so it's important to have the shell with it, or any surface that is safe to stub it out. And it smells so good. So what happens with the smoke, and how does this work? So when you're wanting to clear your space with incense or herbs, just make sure that you're opening some windows so that the energy, the stagnant energy which is remaining within your home or around yourself and that you want to let go of, can be released and can leave through the windows. So I normally open up a couple of windows in my living room and in my bedroom as well, so that the energies can leave from different locations. And it's important for you to go everywhere around your house as well. It's kind of up to you to see how you feel about it. If you feel that it's in one particular room, or if it's around you, then you don't have to go everywhere in your home. But I have a small flat, so I can easily just go everywhere in my flat, and I prefer to do that as well because it harnesses and makes everything more balanced in every room then. So open up the windows and you have your either your incense stick or your little burner like this one, and you'll be going around your home asking for the energies to be released, actually saying to them, it's time for you to leave now, leave this flat now, you're no longer wanted here, I'm sending you to the light, I'm sending you back to where you came from. And you can ask for support from anything that you connect to, be it Mother Nature, your ancestors, Native Americans, archangels, particular archangels, or the violet flame. You can ask them to come, to step down, to step in and support you, to help this energy that is within your space to be released. Because what happens is sometimes they don't want to leave because they've become comfortable, or maybe it's just a heavy energy that you want to that is just taking a little bit more time to let go of. So you just need to ask for support from the other side to come through. So it's almost like connecting you, which is on the we are on the earth plane, and connecting to the what shall I call it, the spiritual world and the light, let's say. So for the energy to cross from one to another, sometimes they just cross and they can easily go, and you can just feel the difference in the energy. But sometimes it's happened to me before where I've done the clearing a couple of times and they're still there and I can still feel it. So I will ask a being that I connect with, like an archangel, Mary Magdalene, to come in and be there and support this energy to cross over into the light or back to where they came from. Sometimes they don't want to go into the light, so just back to where they came from. But it's always best, I feel, to send them to the light. So you can ask for that support, because sometimes they feel that they are not they're not ready to go, or they don't feel like they can, and therefore they want to stay there. There's so many different types of energies that we can that are around us and that are within our spaces and around within our own auric fields. It's like a scale of so many different types of energies. So depending on the type of energy, it might need someone or something from the light realm to support them to cross over, to be released. So it's nothing to be worried or afraid of. It's not anything bad at all. It's something that naturally happens because energy is everywhere and is always around us. So it's nothing bad. So also, you are a divine being. You carry so much light within you, that the power of light is so much stronger than anything else. So you do have the capability to clear anything that is around you or within your space. So it's nothing to be worried about. So that's a little bit about clearing energy through incense, smoke, and burning herbs. I'm gonna do another one, because this is a little bit long now, on how to clear with sound, because we can clear with herbs, sound, I'm going blank, but there's so many ways of clearing, so you can just choose whichever one feels more adapted to you. So I hope this video was useful for you. Let me know if you have any questions and we can talk. Sending you love and light, beautiful soul.